8, 2020. There's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with football for touchdown scoring yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned.
And this time will be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The box is a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Now Murray. It's complete to Hopkins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now, CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. They go play action here on first down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. James Robinson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos with the extra point. That'll make the score 14-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way.
is Murray. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wasn't letting the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. Search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Murray now to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Second down and goal. Murray, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Give him 30 yards there.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. This will be caught at about the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and they can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. To throw, it's Murray. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points in the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
On play action, it's Murray. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Murray now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for 3rd down. Looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And Walker once more. And he's brought down. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Seahawks have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. Santos on the attack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Flushed out right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Cards are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Walker with another carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
That one good for 37 yards. So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, Coach is worried about that.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
They're going to look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On third down, here's Walker. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to fourth down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. DeForest Buckner, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Second and 15. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Trayvon Mullen, and the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Taylor. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Agnew now to return. A beautiful fake. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Good bounce-back win. They take the knee, can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized it was a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
What a change in this ball game in the fourth quarter, Charles. They just completely took over, and not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they thought that they were the better team in this one, and they never lost that thought or lost that focus, and they played like it in the fourth quarter. That's how you author a late comeback and get a win.
So for Arizona, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.
She right got me.